Welcome to our program, already in progress. Good morning and welcome to Daryllorette Cafe. I'm your host, Daryllorette. Well, once again, I just came from the kitchen, just fixed my breakfast. Got a nice big bowl of oatmeal and a chopped banana and a cup of chocolatey chai tea. So let's dig in. What are you having for breakfast? More bacon and eggs? Wow, lucky you. Can I have some of that toast there? Well, I just discovered a new favorite song. That Justin Bieber song called, it goes like, baby, baby, baby. You know that one? I was just listening to it about 3 times this morning on an MP3 on a website called BM3 or something like that. MP3, BMP3. You can make your own playlist. So I added to my playlist. I went, you search for whoever you want to search for. I searched for Justin Bieber, and I listened to all the songs that he had on the website, and I added 3 that I liked. That one I liked. For some reason, I saw a commercial on TV, and he's singing that baby, baby, that the chorus. I guess that's called the chorus. That part, and that's like it's a catchy tune. He's had his first love when he was 13. I think we all had our first love when we were 13. I played for you, but YouTube would probably accuse me of copyright infringement. So I guess I just have to sing it off key. That way they won't recognize it. Yeah, it's surprising you can't sing it. It's as long as you don't play the music in the background, you're okay. Pretty soon they'll be nailing you for singing it. Well, that guy really sang that song really bad, man. You mean bad as in good? That was so bad, it was good. Well, good news. I got an email this morning from Fine Chinese Clothing. My 2 kung fu suits are on the way. They should arrive in, I think, 5 business days. They're going to be airmail from Hong Kong. I've never bought anything from Hong Kong that wasn't already here in Canada before. Made in Hong Kong. Made in China. Thank God for the internet, man. You can travel all over the world without getting off your butt. Better than TV. Well, it's getting kind of cold outside, so I'm feeling kind of cold inside, and I feel maybe I picked up a virus from somewhere, and I think I might have a slight cold. So stay away. I don't want to give you my cold. I just noticed the way I sound, my head. I probably got a head cold. Can you imagine if I wasn't wearing my hat? I'm sleeping in this thing. I'm so cold. Well, especially after I take a shower, my head feels cold. And so, or even if I'm just sitting around the house, my head feels cold. And I gotta put a hat on. I'll be sleeping in my winter jacket pretty soon. Actually, I did last year. I actually slept. I used it as a blanket, an old winter jacket. It's like it was like I was a dog or something, you know, curling up, curling up on an old winter jacket. I started doing that when I had gum surgery last year. I remember the night I got home from the hospital because I had a hemorrhage in my the surgery that was done. He had to oh man, just thinking about it gives me the willies. But I had to go to the hospital and get a stitch in order to close up a wound that was caused by the dentist because I had blood pouring out of my mouth. You can imagine. I had to clean up a lot of blood when I got home because they had to hook me up to an IV and everything, and I had to lay in bed for a while because I couldn't. Remember, I got up and tried to walk, and I got dizzy, so I probably lost a lot of blood. It was scary. I think one of the scariest things that have ever happened to me. You get blood, and yet, like I have basic first aid training and whatnot, but when you got a cut or something and it's bleeding, you're supposed to apply direct pressure to it, and it should stop the bleeding. I had a face cloth stuck in my mouth, to the roof of my mouth, trying to stop the bleeding, and it was just not working. The face cloth was just saturated with my own blood. First I called the dentist, they told me to come in, but I was bleeding so much, never before in my life so much, that after I just hung up the phone on them, called 911, I was so terrified. Got dressed. By the time I got downstairs, you know, locked my door and all that, I managed, can you imagine, you got blood pouring out of your mouth and you're bothering to put your coat and scarf on, you're locking your front door, you're holding your mouth shut and swallowing blood, and you're running down the stairs because you know that there's an ambulance on the way. And I get outside, the ambulance pulls up, pretty much almost the same time as I get outside, and they look at me, they all get, there's like I think 3 of them, they all get out of the ambulance, and they're all looking at me like, what's wrong with you? It's like, well, I can't really talk right now because I got a rag shoved in my mouth and I got blood pouring out of my mouth, so you don't understand sign language, so just, you know, let me get in the goddamn thing and take me to the hospital. And when I got to the hospital, I had to do the same thing there. I had to explain to the doctor. He had to give me a pen and piece of paper because they're asking you questions and whatnot. And I had to write down the doctor's name, the dentist's name, and all that. And you know, basically they were able to figure out what was wrong with me. You know, they probably thought I was some sort of hooligan, that I got into a fight or something, or I tried to kill myself. God only knows. I had one of the ambulance staff took my scarf and they never returned it. So, which I originally took from my sister. It was the second scarf I took from my sister that I lost. The first one I lost in the Eaton Center in Toronto when I was walking with my girlfriend back in '92. It just fell off my neck, and I was so, you know, in la la land being with my girlfriend that I never even thought or I never felt it fall off my neck. Well, this is starting off to be a pretty gory morning. Okay, well, we're running out of time again, so this is daryllorette here at daryllorette Cafe. Hoping you're going to have a good Monday, because I'm hoping I'm going to have one too. So I'll see you later on. Bye for now.